As more and more countries and people reach out in space exploration, and we look to returning to the moon and going on to Mars, it is time that we also explore our personal potential as human beings. This is Exploration Beyond with David Allen Newton, a podcast dedicated to helping people discover their boundaries and then exploding beyond them. This podcast is a part of the Winding Trails Media Podcasting Network. Please be sure to subscribe to us on whatever platform you listen to. As we go through life, everyone around us are on the go and are super busy. Our world hasn't changed the speed at which it turns. We still have the same 24 hours a day that our parents and our great-great-great-grandparents had. Yet we appear to be busier in our lives than past generations. Not making us accomplish more or experience more, but being busy. Let me use a few examples. I have seen parents running to take their kids to 1 o'clock in the morning indoor soccer games after having kept them busy all day with other events. Businesses that have been, quote, right-sizing, end quote, for years have gotten to the point where their people are doing 5 or 10 people's jobs in addition to their own, and leaving these people to face the choice between the job and their family and friends. Does this sound familiar? I can think of a lot of other examples, so let's not beat a dead horse. Let me confess something to you. I've always been a busy person. As one friend once told me, you have so many irons in the fire that if I didn't see the smoke, I wouldn't believe the fire was still burning. That is me in a nutshell. It has been with me in everything I have done and do, from having multiple jobs at once, to volunteering to, well, you name it. But the luck of meeting someone when I was young, I can't help but wonder what my life would be like now. The loneliness and the emptiness from being so busy. When I was 10 or 11, I met one of my life mentors. His name was Dale Dugan, and he was one of the assistant scoutmasters in my troop. Even back then, I was on the go, and I walked like it. I am still a speed walker, but I'm getting ahead of myself. You see, my troop was very active. For 3 out of 4 weekends a month, we were either hiking or camping or both. On those hikes, I would tend to be at the front of the group, walking as fast as I could, and often having to be asked to stop to let other people catch up. Meanwhile, Mr. Dugan always brought up the end. On one hike, while we were taking a rest, Mr. Dugan asked me a question. I don't remember his exact words, but the meaning of them were clear and ran the thread of, "You just hiked 10 miles, but what did you see?" Of course, my reaction was something along the lines of looking at him like he grew too hedge. He would go on to explain, "You know why I like to hike at the rear of the group rather than the front? It's so I can look around and take in my surroundings. This isn't a race. This is a chance to explore what you see." You see, he was telling me the same thing as what Ralph Waldo Emerson once said. Explore and explore and explore. Be neither chided or flattered out of your position of perpetual inquiry. When we are rushing around trying to do everything and be what everyone thinks they need, we don't have a chance to explore our world and our life. Yet we live in a time where science has uncovered so much that our universe of understanding is exploding. In this time right now, we are the first humans to know, not speculate, but actually know that there are planets orbiting other stars. Stop and think about that for a moment. Think about all the other discoveries that we now know that are no longer just speculation or theory, but know. Look at the device you're listening to this podcast on. The amount of human knowledge They can be stored on it at your fingertips to fill entire libraries, one after another after another. How can we not want to explore? The answer is that we don't have time or the energy. There's a barrier, either of society's creation or, as more likely, our own making, that is stopping us from discovering all that we can and exploring all that we could be. Dale Dugan was also the common presenter of the Eagle Scout Award for our troop. Eagle Scout is the highest and most difficult rank to reach in the Boy Scouts of America. While I have heard varying statistics, I will use the most liberal. Only 10% of all Scouts will ever reach this rank. When Mr. Dugan presented the rank, he would then turn to the boys in the audience, challenge them with a single question. Dare you fly that high? He would go on to explain that the eagle flies higher than any other bird. From there, they can see so much. How little I knew when I first heard that challenge, but the question wasn't just about reaching that rank, but should be applied across all of life. His question is the real question you have to answer in life. Do you want to discover what you are capable of? To have the courage to allow others to think you are foolish or even stupid for attempting it? Or will you accept the boundaries, the limitations others or yourself will put on you? When it comes time to becoming something greater than you are, will you sit back and let yourself be chided or flattered into ceasing to explore the universe, the world, or even yourself and what you are capable of? Or do you dare to fly so high? Personally, I'm an eagle and a black belt. I have achieved things others said I never could. Despite that, I have felt the boundaries being placed, and being super busy in life doesn't help. I have to remember Mr. Dale Dugan's words all the time and take a moment and take in all that is around me. Explore what is around me. I have to remember to launch into the air and dare to fly that high. My question is, will you join me in becoming more than you are and daring to fly so high? Today, do something that challenges your boundaries. Climb on top of them and shoot a spiritual arrow into space beyond. Where it hits is the next boundary to explore and explode. Please share what you do at #ExploreBeyondPodcast on your social media of choice. Thank you for listening and joining me on Exploring Beyond Our Limitations. In the next recording, we will discuss how we can use our imagination to launch us to fly to our greatest heights in our lives. Please share this recording with any friends who think need the message. Please subscribe to Winding Trails Media Podcast Network on whatever platform you listen to.